Hello Riderfest viewers, this is Rebirth, and today I'll be reviewing the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Double Cyclone Joker Extreme, the final form in Kamen Rider Double. So just like all the other reviews these past couple weeks, let's Rider kickstart this review! For more information about SH Figuarts, head over to Giltar's Introduction to SH Figuarts, which he created during week 1 of Riderfest. If you're really interested in this figure line, find out what you're getting into first. For the front of the packaging, you have the standard SH Figuarts silver box with a black and white image of the rider on the front. On the side, you do get the words Kamen Rider Double in a nice cyclone green. On the left side of the box, you get that nice cyclone green font all over again. And on the right side, you get a Joker black. Oh yeah, this is really unexpected. The back of the box contains some promotional images of CycloneJokerXtreme in various poses, most of these detailing his major accessory, the Prism Bicker Sword and Shield. You gotta have that simple style and heroic action. At the bottom, it contains some useless information for North Americans, and at the very corner you get the Bandai's Tamashii Nations logo. The bottom of the box contains some phone numbers, the plastics used to make this figure, and the barcode, which does not tell you the retail price of 3,200 yen. Once out of the box, you have the standard assortment of hands used in most double Figuarts. You have Henshin pose hands normally used for a Cyclone Joker, holding things hands, and open splayed hands. I don't know why they would add the Cyclone Joker Henshin pose hands. Now that Cyclone Joker Extreme is out of the box, let's take a look at some of his details. You get a nice pearly metallic green found on the Cyclone side of the body, and a dull gold found on the vent detail parts on the shoulder and bracelets. The silver parts on the crystal server are extremely detailed with lots of panel lines, and that's a silver plastic underneath clear plastic, so you get a nice translucent effect. A problem I have on the Joker side, aside from the nice tribal markings, is that it's in mostly this semi-gloss black as opposed to this matte black that's found on the head and parts of the chest. I don't know why they couldn't have done it like the regular suit design. You get some great compound eyes on the face, but the entire head is a bit too round and kind of awkward, and it suffers from MySpace/Facebook angle syndrome. Kind of weird. The legs look really nice. You have that crystal server effect with the silver parts underneath clear plastic for that almost translucent effect. The pearly metallic green on the Cyclone side, and the semi-gloss black on the Joker side. And the sculpt is really nice as well. Taking a look at the double driver now, the extreme memory on top of it is really detailed. I'm kind of surprised. You got a bunch of paint apps on there. You can see the extreme memories fan, and a bunch of like little details for when it's in that alternate mode. And an interesting thing, it can be popped off like most of the other double Figuarts releases. The double driver can be popped off, revealing a peg, which is a little bit more different than the other pegs found in most of the double Figuarts releases, but it's there and you can remove it. Now let's take a look at Cyclone Joker Extreme's articulation. The arm can move up about this far. The shoulder armor moves at a separate hinge, so it can move separately on that shoulder. You get the standard SH Figuarts ball-jointed swivel. And of course, the arm can go a full 360. The bicep can rotate full 360 degrees. And you get that awesome double-jointed elbow, which can bend at 2 points for that humanistic-looking thing. The hands are ball-jointed, so they can rotate a full 360 and can wiggle. They can also be popped off to swap hands. It's easy as this. So simple! Now let's take a look at the head. The head is ball jointed at 2 points, so it can move pretty freely. It can go up about this far, really nice, and about this far down, also really nice. The head can also go a full 360, and can do the Quagmire/chicken head. CJX's waist articulation is pretty nice. It can move at 2 points. The bottom part can go down about that far and about that far up. It can bob side to side, and can twist about this far and this far that way. The top part of the chest also has a little bit of wiggle room, so you can get it down about this far and twist slightly. It's pretty nice, better compared to most of the double Figuarts in my opinion. The leg articulation is pretty nice. It can go up about this far, and it can go back, though it will go off at an angle, and about that far. It's pretty nice though. You can adjust the legs at the thighs to go down a little bit farther and a little farther up, so it can do the splits a little bit easier, or the slight splits. The lovable SH Figuarts thigh rotation returns, and it's pretty decent. Like with most SH Figuarts, the knees are double jointed, so they can bend at 2 points. The feet are pretty nice. They can rotate a full 360, and they can move up about this far, and about this far back. The feet can swivel inwards and outwards for your dynamic pose needs. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about the SH Figuarts. Toe bend! Now let me get into a minor QC problem that occurs in most Cyclone Joker Extremes. The Joker side foot is slightly more popped out compared to the Cyclone side, and sometimes when you stand him up straight, he kind of appears lopsided. Using a little bit more force popping the foot back in, you can normalize the issue. After all is said and done about the articulation, you can pose them in any which way you want. If you have a Tamashi stage stand, you can pose them in a standard rider kick. Or you can pose them in his signature Double-Extreme rider kick. Or for a little more variation, you can pose him in the Double Prism Extreme bicycle kick he used in episode 48. For the accessories, let's take a look at the Prism Sword first. The paint apps on it are pretty nice, though it's not as much as I'd like it to have. And you get a nice metallic green edge for the blade. The Prism Picker Shield is really nice. The paint apps are extremely nice. The only thing that's not colored are the memories, which are kind of a bit oversized compared to like the Extreme Memory and the Double Driver in general, but I guess it's okay considering this is an SH Figuart. And if you want, you can store the sword in the shield. To use either the sword or the shield, just grab a holding thing's hand and pull the fingers so that the hand wraps around the entire handle. This is a lot easier compared to an SIC. With the sword and the shield both equipped, posing just gets a lot more fun. The possibilities are almost endless, I guess. Yeah, that just happened. All in all, Kamen Rider Double Cyclone Joker Extreme is an amazing Figuart. You really do get what you pay for in terms of accessories, and the overall appeal of Cyclone Joker Extreme, as he is the final form of Double in the series. Having said that, I still have minor problems with this figure, especially the flaw regarding the Joker side foot. You can push the foot closer into the hole, though that would only normalize the problem for only a set amount of time unless you really know what you're doing, and it might not be as easy for most people. And the head, it looks a bit too round. The eyes are a little bit too big on the sides, and it looks like Philip has just been eating more rice cakes all over again and getting fat. The head just is suffering from the MySpace, Facebook angle syndrome. It only looks good from certain angles, but straight up, it just doesn't really sparkle with me. The paint apps on the Joker side are really disappointing. They were able to color it matte black on the chest as well as the head. But they couldn't do it for the shoulder armor, they couldn't do it for the entire arm, they couldn't do it for the leg. I mean, they might be reusing the arms from the Cyclone Joker release, yeah, I can get that. But they could at least recolor it. This is the final form release. The paint apps on the Prism Sword are kind of disappointing as well. You only get one X for the Extreme on one side, but not the other. And you have the button layout on the other side, but no X with some minor gold paint apps to offset it, but it's still a little bit disappointing in my opinion. And since the memories are big, giant black blocks on the Prism Bicker Shield, they could have at least colored them. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. They're just big black blocks compared to like the regular memories you would find on the Double Driver or something. And regarding the crystal server, which is found in the middle of Double, it does not achieve the luminescent, like sparkly effect that you see on the regular suit design. It's just clear plastic on top of a silver plastic. That's very plain. They could have just added some sparkles into the clear plastic, but they didn't. They didn't. And I think that's about it for my nitpicks about this guy, though I might have blown them out of proportion a little bit. Despite those nitpicks, this guy is still an amazing figure. But would I recommend it to anyone? Only if you're fans of Double and the whole CycloneJokerXtreme form. Having a final form, yeah, I'd recommend having this guy in your collection. But if you're new to SH Figuarts, this probably might not be the best release for you to actually purchase. There are other better Figuarts, but only if you're a collector and a fan of Double, yeah, I'd recommend this guy wholeheartedly. And that's about it for all I have to say in this review. Until next time, guys, see ya. Enjoy the rest of Riderfest!